Hey, it's Arian here. I just wanted to jump in and talk a little bit about our service dog journey because we're going to be getting our service dog prospect puppy soon. I'll be sure to attach some photos to this video. Um, but I kind of just wanted to start a sort of like very informal blog or vlog, I guess, about what a service dog journey is like and what it's been like for us. So, bit of context, we're owner training our service dogs, and I say we because I live with dissociative identity disorder, which means that I have like multiple identities. Well, I don't, but I share my brain with multiple other people, essentially. Used to be known as multiple personality disorder, but that's not a really great term to use anymore. So we're getting our prospect after about 3.5 years of looking for a service dog and trying to make things work and figuring things out. We began this journey of searching about 3.5, 4 years ago. And at that time we were just kind of figuring out, like, is a service dog right for us? Like, I knew, we all knew, well, it was just me. I wasn't aware of my DID diagnosis at the time. I just knew I had PTSD and chronic illness, chronic physical illness. So I was talking, with my therapist and doing some research and things like that on seeing if a service dog would be a good and beneficial thing for me. I knew dogs always like lit me up. I felt great around them. But I started to notice that I needed like additional assistance. So things like I would dissociate and I would come really close to like running into a car, or I'd I'd have like an anxiety attack in the middle of, someplace that was hard to deal with an anxiety attack during. That it would be great to be alerted to ahead of time, or just the various like tasks. And then now, as my disabilities have evolved, my physical illness now means that like I really need momentum pull as well, or momentum pull. I think I said that right. So anyways, basically a service dog will help to carry make it easier for me to move forward and go downstairs, and a couple like light bracing tasks as well. Depend on the service dog size and if it's safe for mobility. But anyways, so that's a bit about the journey. And then about a little over 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with, or is it 3 years now? It might be 3 years now. About like a year or two after I started thinking about a service dog, I was diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder, which added a lot of things into the mix in terms of like, I have alters, which mean that they have their own tasks that they need. They have their own way that PTSD manifests. They have their own trauma reactions and disabilities and how that shows up. So we all decided, yes, definitely a service dog is the way to go. We applied to a couple organizations that offer civilian PTSD dogs. Didn't get into any of them, mostly because they said, you sound like you would be a great candidate for a service dog, but we train about 20 to 30 dogs a year, maybe a maximum of 50, and get 10,000 applications a year. So just the chances of trying to get a service dog from an organization that you don't have to pay completely out of pocket for was pretty much impossible for us. So we decided, okay, we got to owner train if we want a service dog. And I've had a knack for dog training. I've done a little bit on my own. I've worked with dog aggressive dogs and a couple of behavioral issues and worked those out, as well as just kind of like basic obedience with dogs and tricks and stuff like that. So I'm by no means a master trainer, and we're working with a professional trainer to train our service dog. But I felt confident. I was like, okay, I can do this. I think I can do this. But owner training, a program can be super expensive, like $25,000. If we wanted a fully trained dog, it would be somewhere around that range. But owner training isn't that cheap either. We're estimating it's probably going to cost us about $11,000 from start to finish. The dog itself is the base cost was $2,500 because we're working with this like amazing breeder, Cosmopolitan Companion Dogs. If you're curious, they breed golden doodles, which we love, and we also know like is one of the best breeds for a service dog, or cross breeds for service dog work, because of both the outcrossing, helping their genetics, and then also their temperament tends to be stabilized, and they have really high success rates in programs. So that's why we chose to go with a golden doodle, and they're super cute. I mean, like we're not going to deny that fact. We love golden doodles, and my hair is very like golden doodly. But anyways, so this journey, because of this cost and just the startup cost with basic gear and vet costs to save for, and the cost of the puppy, as well as travel down to Florida because we live in New York, and the breeder is down in Florida. So all of that kind of totaled up to around $5,000-$6,000, and to make sure that we had enough of a like emergency and training budget to start off with. So it took us a while to get there because being disabled and being an entrepreneur, I can't work, or none of us can work a part-time job outside of our home. We can work, like I can sustain about 3 hours of work a day, and it has to be like in the home or in like a environment that, you know, I can come and go as I please, like a library, a local library, or like a cafe or something like that. But so that was my limitation. So trying to make ends meet with that, being able to afford, you know, not only the things I needed to support myself right now, but also the training costs and the startup cost of a service dog is really intense. So fortunately, we started a dog tarot deck, and that really took off, and the Kickstarter was amazing, and we had a ton more revenue than we expected come in. And so that was really great, and now we can afford our puppy prospect. So we got really lucky. We're getting a puppy from a mother who, like, from the mom dog is, she has service dog experience. She's produced a whole bunch of successful service dog candidates, great genetics. She's a nice, strong, sturdy poodle. She's super cute and super sweet and very silly. And then this beautiful, like, golden doodle that the breeders borrowed from. So she's kind of like, our puppy will be like 7/8 poodle. So we're really excited about that. And it's going to be awesome, and everything like that. And I don't know, I guess I just wanted to share a little bit about what our journey has been, and just kind of encouraging other handlers out there to, like, yeah, it might take a while for you to get your puppy prospect, or to, you know, even wait in a program waiting line, which is like 1 to 2 years, which at the time we thought that was super long. Now it's been, you know, over 3 years since we started this journey. So now I'm like, oh, wow, that sounds pretty short. Like waiting another year, psh, no problem. But anyways, I think, like, I just want to say, you know, to everyone out there who's struggling and really needs a service dog, like, the journey itself can be really motivating because it gives you something to work for, especially if you have a psychiatric disability, which is one of the things that we have, you know, with PTSD. Like, it gave us, you know, the courage to face a lot of different problems and to handle a lot of difficulties, and just to be able to, like, know that there was something that was going to come into our lives that was healing, that was something that, you know, we in a way had a lot of control over. Like, we couldn't control the money that we were getting, but we knew that this was a goal, and we knew that this was a goal that if we fought hard enough, we'd be able to reach. And it took its time, and it was a difficult journey, and there were a lot of moments of heartbreak where I was like, oh, no one's pitching to the fundraiser, no one's doing these things, this thing, you know, these things aren't working out, et cetera, et cetera. But in the end, it did work out, and we are so excited for our puppy prospect. Selection is January 24th, so you will probably hear from us then. And then the actual, like, day we're taking our puppy home is the 12th of February. So you'll probably also see some videos with us being like, oh my God, we're in the airport, like, ready to go down and see our puppy, and like, oh my God, we're just about to go over to the breeders, and probably like 5 videos in that in the course of like the 2 days that we're down in Florida. But anyways, yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a difficult one, raising the money and making sure, you know, that we knew enough going into this, that we understood dog obedience and how dogs think and dog psychology, and a lot of other just things like that. But I really just want to say, like, this is so worth it, and we are so happy, and I totally encourage everyone else out there who's looking for a service dog, you know, do your research, invest in things like this, you know, go out there and share your skills that you do have to offer, and that might be a great way to fundraise. Like, you know, we used our artistic skills to make a tarot deck, which is probably out there as an idea, but a lot of people use arts and crafts as a way to fundraise. And go ahead and, like, you know, ask for donations. We actually ended up getting about $3,000 just from asking people for donations. Sometimes this was on, you know, a blog that we had been running and providing advice on. So, you know, like, we had given back to that community, but ultimately, like, we weren't selling anything to them. Like, they just decided out of the goodness of their heart, and, you know, as a bit of a thanks for what we had done for them over time, to give back to us. So go out there and give it your best shot, and ask for help around you, and just trust that, like, a dog will come into your life. It might be a while, it might be difficult, but hopefully, you know, watching our journey and how we kind of progress and our how we stumble and how we get back up and how we figure things out and the tips that we learn and all of that will hopefully inspire you. So I hope that you enjoy this little intro to our, like, little service dog vlog thing. And yeah, well, soon you'll be seeing a little puppy held in our arms. So, all right, take care. Have a wonderful day.